Now, during the federal election campaign, I called Anthony Albanese an economic moron more than once, and I still stand by that. Not only did he have an appalling campaign, he couldn't tell us what the cash rate was, couldn't answer so many simple, basic economic questions. And now he's favouring a price cap on coal and maybe even gas as well. Again, they love demonising our baseload power sources, don't they? And this, I've got to tell you, is a moronic masterstroke.
It's widely reported that you are moving to announce price caps on gas. Can you confirm that?
No, I don't talk about cabinet discussions. What is reported that is correct is that we have said we'll take action before Christmas. We will announce what we will do before then. I have a meeting of the National Cabinet next week. Cabinet is continuing to deliberate with departments. We're continuing to talk with the industry as well.
There's just too much reportage today and yesterday about the likelihood of a price cap. And I'm sorry, but in a free market economy, you start meddling with the extent of revenue and pricing, you damn the industry and it'll bite the country on the backside. It is such a classic socialist measure when the real solution, as most of us know, is supply. More gas and coal supply can and will alter the price. It will bring it down. Start opening up the gas fields of, say, the Northern Territory, Northern New South Wales, Victoria. Make some minor alterations to what amount of gas can be exported and you've solved the problem. That's the answer. Now, Cabinet will meet on Wednesday to set this agenda. And as Minister Bill Shorten said today on Sky News, all options are open.
All options are on the table, and let's see what emerges from the discussions on Wednesday. I think in terms of what the specific agreements that the states and the feds come up with, this issue is too important not to leave the room without it.
But they would have signed off on this, and Wednesday will just be the big tick on a price cap measure designed to give the public a sugar hit over Christmas. Look what Albo's done. It is nothing but a cheap effort to gain credit from a long-suffering public who cannot afford to pay their power bills. This was part of a discussion I had this morning on my radio program with New South Wales Senator Holly Hughes.
You cannot put a cap on coal if you want coal to be dug out off the ground. These are coal mines run by private companies. They want to put a cap on coal prices. Guess what? They're going to stop digging it up. Coal is driven by long-term contracts. Yes. This is not something you can just jump in and out of. These guys have no idea.
None.
Yet they are still wedded to these renewable targets.
The country is bleeding from high power prices, and much of this is due to the demonisation of our incredible sources of baseload power. They've given producers no reason to invest or maintain coal-fired power stations or gas reserves, none. They've presumed that the more windmills and solar panels that are manufactured, via our coal, mind you, the easier it'll be to transition to renewables. It is not going to happen, not for decades. It hasn't worked anywhere in the world, and Europe has proven how dysfunctional that fanciful transition is, and yet they're all going to force us to get into electric vehicles as well. We'll have to double our baseload power if that happens. And how's that going to happen? How do we double it? What, with windmills and solar panels? Not possible. But all these climate change politicians have become so enamoured with the renewable nirvana that no one's doing the work on how to get there. They become evangelists and not independent enough to do the due diligence to say, we have a few problems here. As I keep saying, we are heading for an economic cliff where our wonderful country is racked by winter and summer blackouts, and our business revenues crash at the same time. The only way to turn us away from that cliff is to have the guts to open up all of these abundant gas fields and allow the supply to create its own competitive market. That's when prices will drop, not when this mob contaminates the market by putting price caps on coal and or gas. It is just lunacy.